All right, let's see if we can crash the game again. Central Park, boy, I'd love to be able to put Stardust out a little bit earlier. I'm going to say, I really don't like Stardust as a card, as a concept. I'm playing it because I was a dummy who decided to ask the internet what I should play, and Stardust was winning when I was last looking at it. So here we are. We're going to play a version of Clog, and then we just basically have anti-Clog just as soon as we got it, which is interesting. Let's see. Let's go Mobius. I don't know what they are playing. I'm a little bit concerned by it. We'll just do this Mobius for now. They've got Surge plus what? Universal Presence? Okay, so a card transforming is not stopped by Stardust. So we can still play Stardust over here and then get some other value. So we're going to probably go with a Viper, I'm going to guess, over here. Maybe I might even just do Viper Acid Arrow. So we do lose that, but we still have our Stardust in this lane. Let's go Viper Stardust. Or Viper Acid Arrow. Do we actually... Let's go Hood Viper. Because Hood's just a better card, right? And then we throw an Acid Arrow over here. Yeah, this is better for us. We'll do this. We're putting one card in each of their other lanes right now, and I think they probably don't fill both of them up here. And I don't even know if they know that we're playing a deck that's clogging them in any way. So this is pretty solid here. Hood. Then we're going to put a Squirrel back over there. Mockingbird, honestly fine. Yep. I love that for us. Acid Arrow over in that lane. Great times. Which should just mean all I need to do to win this game is going to be going Sentry, because Sentry won't generate a Void. We throw a Demon here. Let's throw a Pim Arrow into a Demon in this lane. Should be enough points on the entire board to win. They can only put down 3 cards. Even with the Sarah, right? They only have 3. Are they playing Mysterio, and do they crash the game rather than, you know, playing it? US Agent, that's a fair play. Not enough to matter there. Universal Presence gives some extra power onto Merlin. And then can they get another 9 power here? Hit Monkey. I really wonder if they have Mysterio. I feel like they probably did, and it would have just crashed everything there. Hey, we still win. Castle Blackstone? That's fine, I think. They're going to be able to use it to probably get extra power over here this turn. I can play Surge for now anyway. Won't make a big difference, but I can play it. Victoria Hand. Ooh, I don't love that for us. I should get priority, technically. That's funny. Let's go Mobius and Mobius, not Mockingbird. I knew who that was. Into, I think I'm going to play the Hood here. They've got a, most likely, Misery in this lane, eventually. What are they doing? Top card is a Frigga. Sure. They still have Praya there. Am I just putting a Stardust down in the left lane? I think I am. Actually, I'm doing this, aren't I? Because I want to fill this location up so they can't play for it anymore. Let's see. I think this is helpful here. Yeah, that's good. And then I could put a Demon down there as well. Red Guardian means it hits Surge. We still actually get the Surge buff on the next card. Yeah, those are pretty mid for them, honestly. They're locked in that left lane now. We are actually winning it just for the rest of the game. Copycat gives us a Shadow King. Oh, that's spicy. Let's go Stardust here. Yeah, I'm going to play Stardust actually in the middle lane for now. Because I think there's a chance I would like to potentially just lose this lane. Acid Arrow, unfortunate. Nico copies the next card, an extra demon. But they have priority now. And if they play the other Victorian hand, these demons can be Shang-Chiable. God, I'm such a problem.
Power must be controlled.
That power really must be controlled, honestly. But there you go. I mean, Stardust did jack all that game, and I don't know. There's a lot of cards that he hits. Or she hits. I don't know, actually. But anyway, there's a lot of cards at Stardust that will actually stop. But is it enough to be a problem? I don't know. Mobius hits a lot of cards. Let's keep going. I mean, this is good. Straight up. I like that. Okay. Hood is fine. We can get rid of Hood if we need to. Kate, they've got extra things there. I don't know if they're gonna, if they care about winning locations. Viper here means we really don't want to go for much here. We'll do this. All right, so we lose the Hood, but I don't care. We're putting all the cards in that lane, sure. Kitty Pride. Mobius just... I don't know what Mobius is actually going to do for us here, but we're going to kind of just go with some tech cards for a second. And the next one we're going to be doing is obviously Stardust. We're then going to play Doc Ock into Demon. Not bad, I think. Gwenpool. With them having that, does that mean the game's gonna crash because of Mysterio? I've heard of Mysterio crashing the game. And I'm really concerned that we're about to see Mysterio crash the game. Let's do this. I think I'm okay in the left lane. Maybe I'm about to not be okay in the left lane. No, I think I'm okay. They actually have priority, which is one thing I really didn't want. So I'm glad they have it. And then all I should need to do, because they have priority here, is I should just be able to go Shang-Chi with another big card here. And then that's just, you know, I'm just having... Is this 12, 23 power? Game crashed. I'm willing to bet they were going to play Mysterio Hit Monkey stuff in the middle. And if that's the case, we win. Yeah, so Stardust is just busted entirely with Mysterio. I'm going to report this as a bug, but we're going to keep playing the games. And this is made into the video to show that there is a bug, I believe, with Mysterio. Typically, that's what you want to see with a Gwenpool style of deck. So it makes sense. But yeah. Let's go into the next one. Zashakadon, all right. The Raft is going to be fine. We have Mobius to stop their Raft stuff. We don't have a way to stop if they get their Wiccan online, unfortunately. We do have our Stardust. Let's go Mobius here. We're gonna go more Mobius here into Viper Demon. Go Mobius here maybe then. Can I not deal with that lane? I wonder if I don't need to deal with that lane. Gladiator, Copycat. Don't love that. We're going to turn off the ability for that to happen again. Stardust now says nah, chief. Let's go Viper, Demon, Zabu. I know we don't technically win this lane here, but I'm doing it anyway. We get a Hulk. Well, they're not getting a discount on that Iron Patriot, so I don't care much there. Surfer first steps. Also, it's going to be any of those cards, right? Silver Surfer doesn't mean it's going to be the same one. It's a Gladiator. It doesn't even do anything. And I have priority here. I can win this lane with a Hulk. Then I play Doc Ock here. I don't know, they're running base Galactus and I cry. Otherwise, like, I think I'm fine. That doesn't do anything because of Stardust. What was their plan? Was it just, like, excited to use the new card? Itis? Because isn't a bot. Bots aren't running the new card. All right, I guess I'm taking it. I'm just confused. Starting with Hood is... I know I can do Zabu. Is Zabu still... Let's do Zabu. Let's do Zabu. It's fine. I think Zabu's gonna be fine for now. We can go Hood. Although, to be fair, we really do want to fill up that left location. That works. That works. That's fine. Surge is chill. They're snapping because why? Why are they snapping already? I don't know why they're snapping already. I don't love it, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Are they gonna be able to drop a bunch of... They probably don't have another one drop with the rest of their stuff here. I'm gonna go Stardust in this lane. Sure, I don't mind that. This is all pretty chill. I don't really care about a lot of that stuff here. I think I might even be okay with losing the raft here. I think I am okay with losing the raft right now, just due to the amount of power I know I can be putting down on the coming turns. Hey, it works for them. That was helpful. Let's go Kate. Is it Kate? Can I do this? I kind of just like this play, where I know I can Viper, but like, why? Why do I want to Viper instead of just like filling up the board? Oh. Okay, that's fine. Thanks, Destroyer. I don't love it right now. I expect them to fill up this location, so I'm not gonna bother. That's atrocious that we got Destroyer as our one card. Let's see. I'm not excited about the middle. We'll see what happens there. Ultron. Wait, Stardust gave me the win. Oh my gosh, if it wasn't for Stardust, I lose. Right? Because that just stopped them from getting an additional 6 points in the right lane. Would that actually have been enough? No, we still would have won against that. Okay, cool. Stardust didn't actually give us the win there, because we still would have been up 2 in total. They just didn't have a way to win. Oh my gosh, and are we only one away from... We're 1 game away from Infinite. Oh my gosh. Are we about to hit Infinite with Stardust? No. Maybe. All right. Are we about to do this, by the way, just to make it very clear? Are we about to hit Infinite using... Oh my gosh, and with Bar with no name, we're actually in a really good spot right now. No shot we're about to hit Infinite. I'm not gonna snap because I don't want to scare my opponent away, okay? I want to hit Infinite through a game. I don't want to just scare him, all right? We're not gonna just intimidate them. Maybe I will later. But... what are they doing? Why? I'm gonna play Mobius. I'm just gonna send that right back over. I didn't want that card. Thank you. What are they doing? I do have priority here, which is really nice for us, honestly. Is it just Stardust right now? Stardust could be fine. I'm gonna play Stardust at the mid, or the right location, I mean. And then I've got Sentry plus whatever the next card is that I draw, because whatever the next card is, it's gonna be cheaper than normal. So I think no matter what, I should be okay here. If they Annihilus me, they're just gonna send the Green Goblin back over, but I'm still doing really well. They could Cannonball me and make me lose the left lane. Potentially. That's a really big shout right now. What are they doing? They're putting Galactus down. So why do I care? Isn't it just still Shang-Chi? What are they playing here? Is it gonna be, it's just their Galactus, right? Like, we still beat a Galactus because we control the power. That was it? They played like 6 cards. That's, I guess, well, 1 per turn. They played 5 cards. That was it. That was their whole plan. What did the Luna Snow do for them? I don't... Did we just hit Infinite with Stardust? This is a look of pain. All right. I hit Infinite, but let's play a couple more games at least, just because I would like some more time with this deck, just to make sure at least if I'm gonna talk about it, if I'm gonna showcase it, I probably should showcase it correctly. So, Rhino exists. Rhino plus Doc Ock means that they're probably doing Shang-Chi, not Shang-Chi. What's the card I'm thinking of here? They're probably playing some Cerebro stuff, is what I'm guessing. So we'll throw this over here for now. Yep, definitely Cerebro 5. I'm gonna play Stardust. Do I play Stardust? I could just play Sentry in this lane instead. Sentry in the left lane kind of feels better here because then we can at least Viper them over in this lane. What are they playing on this turn to win? I don't know. Sarah and Martyr. Okay, and what else do we do here? Do I just go Doc Ock in this lane? I think it's just that. If no cards left in hand, they could easily just win here. Let's see. Cerebro does put a lot of points on the board. They have a Mystique. Oh, that might be enough to win. But they martyred and they couldn't win. That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. I kind of love that. And actually, so yeah, so the Void was actually the correct call there in order to block them off, because then they couldn't put both Mystique and Cerebro in that lane, so they were only able to play one. I guess though, even if they did, it wouldn't have mattered, because I mean, they can't put another card elsewhere. So yeah, I think if we hadn't seen that the bottom card of their deck was Dr. Doom, Stardust would have been played. I think maybe even that turn in order to stop them, but it works. Playing against a bit of a legacy here, looks like. Zabu's fine to start off with. Honestly, with Doc Ock, Galacta, and the rest of my cards I currently have, I don't mind this current setup. Quinjet. Their Quinjet is their Herald. I mean, I can't beat it right now, so it's a fair Herald. Ferald? That doesn't really work the way I want it to. Yeah, is what it is. But Stardust existing is pretty solid. So I can play Stardust right now in probably just the right lane just to fight for it. I mean, Stardust into Sentry over here is pretty good. Viper does nothing. And then again, Sentry just stops this negative here entirely, so I kind of love that. Let's play the Sentry here. We're also going to play the Hood down, I think. We'll put the Hood probably in the same lane, I think, as the Sentry, actually. I think I'm fine with that. What are they playing? They're playing Lady Sif to hit Agatha. Oh, they're playing Agatha. I could have noticed that by counting cards, but I didn't. 9 power on the top card of their deck. What are they going for in this turn? That's a pretty big amount of power. I think I'm okay with them trying to Shang-Chi that lane. What are they going to go for here? Red Guardian plus what? What card did they get with their Gladiator? Why haven't we seen it? Hulkling? What's Hulkling? Put a created card from your hand here. Yeah, none of those are created. I actually don't think we had that great of a setup. Like, fair enough, but we really didn't have that great of a setup. But I'm not going to complain about them retreating. They were running base Emperor Hulkling, and unfortunately not really one of the best cards in the game. We can go Zabu for now. We've got a second Viper. That's kind of spicy. So 2 Vipers are, I think, really good actually for us here. So we can go. We don't have to show them that we know their Vipers at the bottom of their deck. We don't have to show them that we know that their Viper's at the bottom of the deck here. Galacta's probably still fine. We're going to put her in this lane, though. I'm going to probably go Doc Ock over here. We haven't seen anything from them yet. I wonder if this is a Galactus gamer. Maybe not. I don't know what their plan is. We know they've got Viper in hand. Or not in hand, but in deck. Question is, what else? Werewolf by Night. Let's do that. We'll just put some extra power with the Viper. Give them the Ninja. Play Hood. I have to do it in that order, by the way, so that Galacta buffs up Viper, not my card. Or not the card I gave them. Even though this does help them, it does kind of clog them in that lane, and I kind of like it for me. Can I just go copycat into Kate? I think so. I think that's the plan I want. If they have a Nihilus, I cry, I guess. That's Merlin, not a Nihilus. Let's go Doc Ock here. Let's do this. Doc Ock, Demon, Acid Arrow. We're going to fill up the middle lane as much as we can. Hopefully to mess with the Werewolf by Night, if we can be in any way, shape, or form strategic in it. Titania in the right lane means that they can take that lane back for themselves, but should I have done it the opposite way? I guess it really doesn't help much. I didn't play Stardust. Huh. That task failed successfully, I think? Is that the correct way to say that? I think it is. Yeah, all right. This deck, I mean, we are winning with this deck. I don't know if, actually, after all these games, let's talk about, okay, let's just talk about Stardust and the whole deck here. I mean, this deck is just called that. I don't like it. I don't like this deck. It's just this is a weird sort of clog deck where it's, on one hand, you do get the opportunity to clog your opponent's stuff, but it's also, you can't build around clogging your opponent's stuff due to the fact that Stardust does exist, right? Because you have Stardust in the deck, you can't do everything you want to do fully with it. I do like being able to play both Doc Ock and Sentry just as really large bodies, and that's it. So I feel like in general, I kind of liked it. I also am kind of happy that it felt like a lot of this list, like it was okay, it was fine, but it also didn't feel like Stardust was gonna be as large of a problem as I felt it was. We'll talk about Stardust here in a second, but at least in terms of replacements for what it's worth, I think a lot of this, I don't know. I know I could talk about replacements for a lot of this, but I think if you really want to take or put in replacements, it's typical clog pieces or like pieces that will mess with your opponent's game plan in one way or another. Mobius, you could probably swap in with Red Guardian. You could probably swap out Cape Bishop with a Titania, a Green Goblin, or something like that. If you don't have Galacta, I don't think you really need... Galacta was a card we didn't really use that much. I almost at one point put in Cannonball instead of her. Maybe at that point you want to put in a Mercury instead of like a Surge. Mr. Fantastic First Steps could also be another card you can play with Surge as well. And then Stardust is a card that, again, was like really replaced. Again, I know I'm not giving you specific recommendations for a lot of the replacements like I like to typically do, but I don't think you need specific replacements for this deck. I think if you really don't have Stardust, the deck, you just put in more of the classic package with Cersei, with, what is it, with Cersei and Nihilus and stuff like that. But we very specifically don't have that stuff here. But Cersei could still be a better card than, again, like Galacta or something like that. But in terms of the deck itself, I think it did well. It did well enough that we hit infinite with it. So we'll give it that. And we played a little bit with it afterwards as well. But Stardust with the ongoing ability of cards can't be added to locations except by playing or moving them. I mean, so I think it's a she, by the way. I was reading lore. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know all the lore for this stuff, and I'm not going to pretend to. Anyway, but Stardust, I'll go with she for now. Stardust was a card that I was like, it did what I wanted it to do. We had like 1 or 2 games where we actually won because of Stardust, like stopping the opponent from doing stuff, or it just was helpful in that bit, but also it really felt like the thing. And that's not even the new thing, First Steps, which I think is a pretty mediocre card 9 times out of 10. But this was just like, hey, this is just a 4/7 oftentimes. It helped us out, I think, more than our opponent. I think that having Stardust on the board in order to stop our Sentry, like I didn't have to plan around the Sentry bit. I just knew that if I played the Sentry, I wasn't gonna get one of those annoying things, the voids. I wasn't gonna get a card of theirs if I played the Doc Ock. I liked that stuff. I think it was just simply good for that, but I just don't know if it mattered. I don't know if this card changed correctly or changed anything in the game in a big way. I don't know. It was fine. It did what the card said it would do. Stop cards from adding other things to locations. And it wasn't as oppressive as I thought it was going to be. So I'm kind of happier about that. I still don't like the card, but legitimately, I think I'm coming away from this being like, yes, I still think Stardust is my least favorite card of this month. Straight up. However, it also doesn't seem to be as omnipresent as I was worried it would be, at least in the first day or so of the meta. So we'll see as time goes on if Stardust becomes more prevalent and my opinion changes more. But before, I've seen a lot of people play Stardust, and while it's still bugged with Mysterio, I think is the biggest thing, by the way. Is what it is. Not the worst. Well, it is the worst, but it's not a lot of the worst, so it doesn't feel as bad. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, appreciate you hanging out to the end. I'll see y'all around soon. We'll be messing with some other fun new cards here in just a little bit. Peace.